Music can be described as a magic that caresses the human soul and makes us detach from time and space and step in fantasy and endless world that will bring us a sense of peace and weightlessness. Music is made of variety of genre and categories. One of the oldest and most respected is jazz, a jazz genre that has benefited from its own fans in the world and perhaps forgotten in today's world, which has opened the door of very beautiful cinematic anime to remember. Basically, attractive and valuable cinema and television anime have been made and broadcast around the concept of music, each of which has tried to display different aspects of this audible magic by using different stories and characters. One of the anime related to music is called Blue Giant, which is a love letter for fans of the forgotten genre of jazz and depicts a narrative that can bring tears to your eyes at the end of the story. The work that I have gone to in the introduction of this week's anime to take a look at its whole story. The cinematic anime Blue Giant introduces us to a teenage boy named Dai Miyamoto who spent his life in the small town of Sendai and one day become fascinated by listening to jazz music and decide to buy a saxophone and spend the rest of his life learning and playing live performance to eventually become the #1 saxophonist in the world. A very difficult goal and challenging that transformed his repetitive and monotonous life. In a period of few months, he has used all his strength to participate in saxophone lessons and go to the river at night and play until mornings. And due to the lack of sufficient breath and energy, he faced various challenges that his indomitable spirit prevents him from moving, and even in the freezing cold of winter, he does not neglect to play this instrument by the river. After months of training and hard practice, Dai finally decides to leave his hometown for Tokyo to pursue his dream of becoming the world's most famous saxophonist. After arriving in the city of Tokyo, he encounters unexpected events. First, he goes to his former classmate Shanji Tamada, who follows the sport of soccer at university, and then to listen to a live performance, he goes to an unknown cafe where he meets an expert pianist named Yukinori Suabe, who can masterfully perform piano notes and leave any viewer in awe. Dai goes to Yukinori with a dream of forming a music group and manages to get his positive opinion with his crazy performance. Of course, they need at least 3 people to be able to form a band, and for this, they need a drummer who can help them with their performance of playing the saxophone and piano by beating. It is here that Shanji accidentally watches his friend's live performance and becomes interested in jazz music in order to help his friends realize their dream by abandoning a football career that is not taken serious in Tokyo. Eventually, after a lot of tension and arcs, a 3-member of band called Jazz, Yukonoki and Shanji was formed, and despite the fact that he did not have harmony at first, and Shanji as a drummer, he was extremely amateur and unfamiliar and made many big mistakes during the performance, but they did not give up and turned to playing in a small cafe with only a handful of customers. However, their insane love of jazz, their brotherly friendship, and the undoubtability of each of them make them walk the so-called 100 years road overnight. These 3 people eventually become a popular group whose performance fascinates every audience like a witchcraft ritual, and Dai played the saxophone so masterfully that it is as if he has detached himself from the time and space and has gone to another dimension where only he can understand every note and beat of the instrument and master them well, endure all the hardship and lack of money so that the band can perform at very famous cafe called Soblo Tokyo, where their career can be transformed. A wish whose fulfillment will confront a member of this group with a painful and tragic tragedy and cause your feeling to hurt. Basically, jazz music has a violent mood and will not be to the liking of every audience, which has caused it to become a very hardcore genre. However, the cinematic anime Blue Giant may be called one of the few jazz-oriented works that has been able to showcase the difficulties and challenges of musicians in this field in the best possible way, and showcase how a simple performance used the energy and exhausting breath to delight its lovers. Performances that, due to the nature of the anime, are accompanied by very beautiful illustration, and when the playing of Dai Miyamoto and his friends reach its peak, it takes us to the infinite space and existence and presents us with eye-catching visual effect that you cannot help but be fascinated by. The engaging storytelling and spectacular visuals, no matter how beautiful and engaging, is Blue Giant's characterization that has been so impressive. From the main character of this story, Dai Miyamoto, from whom there is no such a thing as surrender, to his friends, each of whom has struggled with different issue in life, and music is their only hope to pass the days when they finally come together and fight so tirelessly from the realization of a common dream, to teach them that to achieve our goals and dreams, under no means there are circumstances that we should not back down, even if the world and man are in front of us. In the end, it should be said that if you are interested in the field of music, especially the jazz genre, the cinematic anime Blue Giant, with the messages it inspires, can be considered an extremely spectacular and memorable work whose characters you will love and accompany them moment by moment to fulfill their vision, till finally you will witness an engaging and emotional ending that will last for a long time in your mind. Blue Giant has come to prove once again that life without a miracle of music would be nothing but a terrible nightmare, a powerful magic that has brought a sense of peace and security to humans throughout history.